Hi, my name is Daphne, and today we are shooting within the grow room. We have all of our frost-sensitive plants in here. The one I'm holding up is a Makoni red pepper. All the peppers are in here. All of our tomatoes are in here in varying states of degrees. We have all of our frost-sensitive flowers, which include zinnias and a whole bundle of black-eyed Susies that need water. Aren't they cute? That. And then we also have all of our basils in here as well, marigolds, and then moringa, which actually needs to go out. But I can't plant that out until after the threat of frost, which is the end of April. And then we also have some plants that I ordered that are too small to actually go outside right now. This is an example of a pink lemonade blueberry, and it's kind of tiny, so it's in here as well. So while the garden is being prepped and everything is being prepared for the plants, all of the plants for the most part are in here. And I'll show you how they're doing just as a plant update. So that's it. So here's an overview of this little forest in here, and it is completely overgrown, and I've actually moved quite a bit of stuff outside, and we still have a whole lot of things just germinating in here. So I guess we start at the temperature first. It is literally about 90 degrees in here, almost 90. But we have some dill here. We also have some dill on the other side as well. I do believe that dill might actually be able to go outside even if the temperatures drop, so I might actually move these out because they need to be separated at this point. So those might go out. Here are some stunted Rebecca flowers in here that might actually go outside as well. These are some pink lemonade blueberry plants that actually cannot go outside right now. They're just too young. So I'm just keeping them in here until all threats of frost have passed, which is the end of April, early May, and then they'll be planted in pots, small pots outside, in shade, because you don't want them to get too sun scalded. In here, I'm actually germinating all of my sunflower seeds. So we have Velvet Queen, regular sunflower seeds, Mongolian, multi-headed, and then double-headed yellow. And most of these seeds I actually saved from the sunflowers I grew last year. I just had to protect them from the squirrels, which were getting outrageous. I do expect for them to be up within about a week or so. I just use this as a way to trap in some moisture. And then over here, already sprouted, we have some moringa, which actually needs to be potted up because right now it's in just potting seed starting mix. So we have about 3 moringa plants. This is lemongrass. These 2 rows here are marigolds. Red marigolds and then African marigolds. This here is white sage, and then over here is peppermint. Look how tiny they are. Welcome to the world, little ones. Then over here, we have some Thai pepper plants, which probably could use a little bit of fertilizer. I did just water these, so I'm gonna have to wait to fertilize them. Now, this is a pepper from a saved seed. This is a Makoni red. And what I actually need to do now is to top these. So in order to get a bushier plant, what you would do is, these are now true leaves. When the second set of true leaves comes in, which would be this set here, or actually probably this set, but when this set here comes in, I actually just pinch these off, and it will allow for the plant to actually put out more shoots. So I'm actually going to do that with the peppers as well so that they're not so leggy. But here we have Makoni reds. We have a beautiful jalapeno pepper here. Look at that. Didn't grow so many jalapeno peppers this year because we really don't eat a whole lot of them. But the Makoni reds and the Sugar Rush reds make wonderful peppers once dehydrated, so I made sure to grow a lot of those. We have our Sugar Rush reds here, which are grown from saved seed. But if you notice, they look a little deficient here. And they actually, some of these could probably use a little bit of water. But yeah, I'm going to try the comfrey tea and see if that actually perks them up a little bit. But over here, we have our white bell peppers, which was grown from saved seed. Look how wonderful they are. It's a very healthy plant. And then we actually have some regular bell peppers here. We have some cayenne peppers here. Look at this beauty. I'm noticing a little bit of issues. I've actually used these cups now. Some of these cups are going on the 3rd year, and and what you should do when you reuse cups in the garden is you probably should wash them out really well and then put peroxide on the inside. The peroxide makes it so that it kills any of the soil-borne bacteria, so that you don't transmit them to new plants. I did not do that, even though I know I should have done it. And so I'm wondering if maybe there might be somewhat of an issue just with the reusing of the cups. I also did use Miracle Grow for soil as well to up pot, and I haven't heard the best reviews with that soil either this year, as well as the fact that when we had the temperature drop, the temperatures in here got below 50 degrees. And so some of the plants are starting to show a little bit of sign of stress, but they look fine enough where I know they'll all survive enough to go into the garden. So those 3 conditions I'm kind of watching out for. I will put a note in my garden journal to not reuse these cups and to get new cups and just make sure that I'm washing them out to reuse them next year. So we'll do that. And then find a way to actually place a heat source in this room that won't blow a fuse. So that's a plan for next year. But look how beautiful they are. It's like a little plant store in here. Now over here, some interesting looking tomatoes. Some of them are better than others. I will acknowledge that. I don't proclaim to be the best germinator of tomatoes. For whatever the reason, for the last 4 years, I've had some mixed luck in terms of growing them, but they are still alive. The last 2 years, I've actually killed them and had to buy starts. Nothing wrong with that. But you have to watch your watering levels with these, and you have to make sure that you're not over fertilizing, or you will most definitely kill a tomato plant. And I've done that. But this year, I think what actually might have taken these, gotten to these, was actually the temperature, because I could not regulate it. And when the temperature dropped, a lot of these plants took a hit. So you'll see some browning in the leaves. Some of these leaves actually had purple, like a purple twinge. The heirloom tomatoes actually took a hit. So the Abe Lincolns were the ones that looked the worst. A friend was telling me that it might not have been my fault to some degree, like this here. I'm noticing that a lot of the purple leaves, I thought it was a nutrient deficiency, but only one variety has that, and that's the Abe Lincoln. I might have gotten some contaminated seed, because I have fertilized these tomatoes. They bounced back, and then I cut off a lot of the leaves that were showing signs of illness. So the new growth seems to be doing a lot better. The temperatures have improved, so they actually do look like they're improving. But this particular variety has been problematic, the Abe Lincoln. Now I've purchased starts, but I haven't actually grown this variety before. So I will actually make a note that this variety does get a little sickly, and also I will note where I got these seeds from. Another sick variety was the Italian heirloom, but they weren't as bad as the Abe Lincolns. But the Italian heirloom was showing signs of disease as well, so they had to be trimmed. All of the tomato plants actually did get topped. So if you notice with this Cherokee purple here, this variety is doing amazing. This plant here, I didn't see any signs of sickness on. This Cherokee purple actually got cut, so I can't see it now. But yeah, you take the tops off of them, and then it just starts to bush out. And it just allows for the plants to not be so tall. But yeah, the Cherokee purple tomato seeds, I actually got those from Homestead Heart, and they are doing amazing. So I've not seen any signs of illness on those. The Kellogg's Breakfast I also got from Homestead Heart. So they were really good seeds. And if you can see right here, I actually just pinched the top off, and then it just sent out a side shoot and a top shoot here. So it bushes them out. So yeah, the Abe Lincolns and the Italian heirlooms, they were the sicklier of the plants. And then mixed in the bunch, there is some flowers. So there's a long calendula here. There are cosmos here and here. There is rosemary started from seed. I'm actually trying to start the rosemary from seed and hoping for better results because they always end up dying on me. Rosemary. This is salvia grown from my own seeds for the last 4 years here. A bunch of calendula. Look at these zinnias. Aren't they beautiful? And they're just a mixture of seeds I've been saving for the last few years. So there's a combination of candy cane zinnias and the bush pink, violet pink zinnias. So I have quite a few of those started. And some more in the back. They're about like 2 feet tall now. There's a bunch of calendula here. Oh my God, I didn't know that they were starting to put on flowers. Look at that. This is a Black Eyed Susan here. There's another Cosmo here. And then over here, as mentioned, some of these plants could actually use some more fertilizer. So I will be giving them fertilizer because right now they're sitting in seed starting mix. So there's nothing in that. Here's some deal here that needs to go outside. There's some flowers back there. There is some Mizuna and Nero de Toscano that actually needs to go outside to harden off. Salad greens. I have some couple of lemon balms. All of this, with the exception of these here, because this is marigolds here. But these are different types of basil. So we have cinnamon basil, which I typically grow for teas. A Genevieve basil, or Versi, I don't know, I'll always mispronounce it. Basil here, we have sweet Italian basil here. There is Thai basil here. Bruce spice basil for teas here. We have Sam Queen Thai basil there for tea. And then we have all of our borage here, which will be going out probably in a week or so to harden off. We have some more Black Eyed Susies here. And then in the corner we have, that's actually I'm not exactly sure what that is back here. It's a bee balm there. Isn't it beautiful? And we have a tea flower here, which is a perennial. Just can't pronounce that name right now. But yeah, they all kind of need a little bit of fertilizer. There was some fertilizer in the seed. I mean, this isn't seed starting mix, but when I up pot it, and they probably could also use a little bit of water. It's really hot in here. But yeah, I'm actually gonna pour the comfrey tea out of the garage and just dilute it and give them a really good watering just to perk them up a little bit. It just smells to the high holy day. So I'm really glad that this grow room is kind of walled off from everything. But this is the indoor garden area. All right, so that was essentially the greenhouse tour. This area is probably going to look like a jungle come the second week of May, which is when I actually move all of the frost sensitive plants outside to harden off. Because I'm in Ohio, zone 6A, I literally don't put anything that has a tendency to die when temperatures drop below 30 degrees. Nothing of that magnitude goes outside to harden off until the week after Mother's Day, which I do believe is around the second week of May. Just to give these plants a little more time to get stronger and kind of acclimate to, like, maybe not acclimate to the weather, but just to get stronger so they can withstand the conditions outside. But I don't want to kill them. They did a lot of work. So usually this area by by the end of May looks like a forest. And I'm okay with that. I hope your gardens are doing great. I hope you guys, I know a lot of you guys are already seed starting, and I know your seedlings look amazing. And even if you haven't germinated seeds this year, I know the stores in our area will be putting out a lot of their tomato seedlings and herbs. I do believe within the next 2 weeks. So started plants are great as well. Yeah, it saves you time, and they're already fully started. So as soon as the weather clears, you can just pop them right in the garden and just have an instant garden. I see nothing wrong with that. I'll buy a few starts myself. But anyway, thank you so much for watching, and you have a great day. Peace.